So yeah, what your role would be? What, the head coach? Should I say head coach or head GM? Or?
Well, they call me the basketball director. So.
Hey, let's go! the basketball operations, right
Operations
there.
director. So in charge of helping the coaches, recruiting, and just making sure that our philosophies and our fundamentals of our program is going the right direction, right? And I wanted to start this off before we get into all the questions. Just want to give a shout out to my boy.
Hey, let's go!
You guys don't know. I don't know if you guys know this on the channel or whatever, but this guy was a big-time football player, and he had no business being one. This guy worked his butt off, and my story has a lot to do with hard work. And I wasn't supposed to be a player, and I was a skinny little guy.
Yeah.
And you taught me a lot about getting in the weight room and doing things the right way. So shout out to you, man, and appreciate you having me, brother.
You already know
you're a real one, bro. You're a real one.
This is crazy. This is a cool moment because not only you get a chance to catch up. I know you're a busy man, but the fact that you sit down and talk about our town that where we met back in Bloomfield the day before first day of high school.
Yep. And, first friend in Oakville, you and Danny Dearden, man.
It's crazy.
No.
So it's been an awesome journey, and I'm happy that we could talk and touch about it, and where the next steps are to come from.
For sure, man. And it's crazy. You think about our high school teams and our. Look at all the talent where we all were nobodies, right?
Yeah.
And now you got you and Dearden killing it in the real estate world. Yeah. You got our basketball team had what we had. Now we have head coaches. Yeah. Troy at Waterloo. Jake is a up and coming stud coach. Jake Babick. He played Division I. Peter played Division I. Me and Big Mike won awards at the next level.
Exactly.
AP Rookie of the Year. He's killing it at appraisal.
Exactly.
Rohan's killing it where he's like it's like. Yeah. We were a sick team. Yeah. We worked our butts off, but those things we learned are now it's going to the real world.
Exactly.
Right? I'm sure I'm forgetting some guys on those teams.
Clanger.
Yeah. Oh, coach, right, man. He's killing it too. All those people that and we all kind of inspired each other.
Exactly.
And it came from us fighting and being crazy and coming to the gym at 6 a.m. Yeah. And I know me and you were a big part of that culture, and I think that bled into the younger kids. And now look at us, we're doing it for the youth and inspiring people, and that's what it's all about to me, That's
what it's all about, and that's what I could witness and see with you and the group at YASO.
Appreciate that,
It's been awesome just to watch.
Just the beginning, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
It's been awesome, man, and I appreciate the level of commitment you guys take in every single day and share the wisdom to the kids. And
it's all we know, right?
Exactly.
It's all we know. I like to think of the YASO programs kind of like I'm in grade 10 again at Loyola.
There you go.
Where it's like we're starting to make some little noises.
Yeah.
We're batting above our average right now. We're hitting above our weight, but that's what we do. And then next year it's like okay now we're somebody, right? And our program is we're the island of the misfits. I'll always say that we're the youngest kid on the block, all that stuff. And we're doing these little things, and it's like okay then grade 11 it's like oh you won a chip this year. How did you do that? Okay, grade 12 we win another one, grade 13 we win another one, and then so on and so forth. That's kind of how I like to see it. Funny thing, it's like even when I was coaching at Ottawa U or playing professional, it's like I use my Loyola days to kind of this is the blueprint. Grind from here, this is how you do it.
Yeah.
And the only way we know is to work, man. And, and again, big shout out to this guy, and I know you're doing it in your corporate world now. It's like all we know is work, and all we know is the culture, and that's to grind. Smile but be angry in the dark.
Exactly.
And get better, man, and get better and push each other, right? I'm sure you got a good team here, and I'm sure that's gonna be one of your questions. I talk too much, as you can tell, but
no, I love it. I love it.
My team, I only surround myself with people like that, right? You got Coach Pete, you got Coach Hodge, Coach Connor. I don't know if you met Connor yet.
No, I don't think
Connor Gilmore. He went to McMaster.
Gilmore,
yeah, he was an OUA All-Star, but more importantly, another good dude. Like we hire good people. They got to have the resume, but. Man, and that's our reputation. We got guys that just push each other and guys that, make the parents feel safe with their kids.
Yeah.
And, at the end of the day, it is a business, so they got to be smart and they got to do things the right way. So that stuff's important to me. So as the director of operations and all that crap, I have to hire people that I'm like, this is a guy that I know I can trust.
Yeah.
This is a guy that I can let in on the blueprint. This is a guy that I know that's going to make a kid feel good about themselves and go to high school and represent the brand. You know what I mean? So
it's important. Because how do you kind of separate the two between business relationship? But
it's tough,
right?
It's tough, man. It's tough.
A lot of your staff are old, good friends.
Yeah, and you know, we've and just like at Loyola, you know, I was the crazy one, right? Me and you, how many fights? We had fist fights. Right? There's no secret that you made me better, I made you better. But Oz wants to kill me sometimes. Peter wants to kill me, but they know I come from a good place, and I've matured a lot.
Yeah,
right? I've got lots of lessons, and they help me. Those guys are my brothers. And how I separate the two is I do a better job with the outside guys, but Pete and Oz are, you know, they're my brothers, right?
Yeah.
Like we go through, and Manny, who's our co-owner, and he's kind of the big boss. He's like that. So we fight, we yell at each other. We have different opinions, all that good stuff. But
passion,
right? And how we separate the two is we really don't, because we're on the same page. And I only hire and I only work with guys that I completely trust and are headed down the right path, right? Like we want this together. We're not scared to, you know, push each other to the, you know, me and you, like the bathroom. Where you're like, shut up, Mike, I'm done. Hey, I deserved it, man. And you made me a better person. But that's the team that you want to be around. And
exactly.
I'm sure you know, I'm not sure exactly where you are in the company in terms of if you're hiring guys, but I'm sure I know you have a team.
Yeah,
right? I know you have a team. And I know you look for people like that too, right?
You have to be like like-minded.
Yeah.
You have to share the same vision and goals.
That's it.
And be comfortable telling, you know, what you might necessarily not want to hear, but have
you need to hear.
Exactly,
that's it,
right?
That's it.
That's where true love and that's where true alignment comes with the forefront. And that's why you're all are creating something so special. And, you know, relaying it towards the kids.
Right? Yeah, and same with you. You came from Loyola, the greatest basketball program in Halton history.
Yes, got it.
And then where did you go to school? McMaster, one of the best programs in the country. I know you won a natty.
Yeah.
And what is that? 2 good cultures, 2 good programs, and you're a big special part of both of them, and that's why you're doing what you're doing, right?
I appreciate that.
Facts are facts, right?
That is, right? And carrying, you know, our past experiences and applying it to what we're doing now.
Absolutely.
And to a standpoint where we're spreading it and sharing it to the kids, right?
That's
and
it.
That's why I feel your program here at YASO is so different than the others, because you truly all have been through it, and you're going to apply real life experiences to these kids and let them kind of go forward and apply it to either in basketball or in just in life in general.
That's a compliment of the year for me. That's massive, and that's what we try to do.
Yeah.
And you know, we're competitive. We want to win. My goal is to make all my friends full time so they could quit their other jobs and do basketball. So, but man, that's the cornerstone of it all, and that means a lot hearing that from you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah. So, how did this whole organization start? Like, where did it come from? What does YASO stand for?
Okay.
And
so this is a deep story, and I'll try to hold my wits. But so you remember my trainer in high school, Andrea Shola?
Yes.
Tall Croatian guy.
Yep.
He had an idea and he had a dream. He was working at another company that shall not be named. And I was coaching full time at the University of Ottawa. And he gave me a call and he said, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting this." We bounced ideas off each other. We're working together. He started off with Manny, who again is one of the owners, one of the greatest guys in the world. And they started together. I was kind of like a long distance partner. I wouldn't say I was that involved. Credit to those two.
Yeah.
But they were working. Dre would call me, give me some ideas. I'd give him some ideas. YASO stands for Young All-Stars of Oakville.
Hey, Oakville.
Cute little name, you know, Yahoo. At first I was like, now I want to tattoo it on me. I love it so much. It's just got a ring to it, you know?
Yes.
Short and sweet, but those two were grinding and they had a good little thing going. They were making some noise, kind of like they're kind of maybe around the area that we were at, hiring good right people, doing all those things. And then, man, tragedy struck. Dre had to get a kidney transplant. And then it got even worse. He had 7 strokes, maybe more. I don't know for sure. Doctors say that somewhere around that, and he was bedridden. And you know, the guys called me and said, like, you know, YASO's without the director, and you know, Pete's full time, Oz full time, Connor's full time. So they needed someone to kind of with some experience to step in, and you know, those are my best boys, and I've been around the program, so. Manny reached out to me to hire me to kind of like step in, and you know, I've been doing it long distance for a long time, and I'm back and forth, and I'm grinding in the evenings and the weekends and all that stuff. But man, like they welcomed me in, and you know, we kind of the motto of the company is that we're doing it for Dre.
Yeah. You
know, while he's at home recovering, we're hoping to get him back as a coach one day. He's again a miracle. Doctor said he wouldn't walk again. He's making those steps. He's one of us, right? He's one of us, and he started it all off, and we're grinding our butts off to take it home for him, so that when he gets back, He's ready to go. He's right into the coaching, right where he belongs, right where we belong, right? So
that's awesome.
It's a deep, scary story, and it usually brings a tear to my eye. But like, I'm just so happy that we're doing it for him, and we're doing it for each other, and we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah,
you know?
You feel this is kind of his vision.
Yeah.
You guys carrying it on.
Yeah.
For him.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And his vision's made it my vision. So now it's like his dream is now my dream, and it's our dream, and we're just like, all of us are together, and we're going the right direction, man.
That's
so
awesome. That's awesome.
Love.
And then when it started, was this where you're at right now? Because I see right now you have teams, right? I see you giving passionate speeches before and after to the boys.
Yeah, those are getting kind of famous a little bit.
I love it.
I watch a lot of videos online at night, man, so I'm getting good at them. But.
I love it because that's what it's all about. That's what sports is all about. It's about getting it for one another and getting the team motivated to bring the best out of them. Right? Win or lose, it's just all about playing for that next person.
Exactly.
Right?
And again, it comes back to the culture, brother. Yeah. Loyola, I played at Ottawa U. We won tons of medals that we didn't deserve to do.
Right.
Like not deserve, but weren't supposed to.
Right. And you defend all odds, right?
And every
player
team.
Player of the year.
Thank you.
Player of the year, right? Like it's just incredible. The strides that you take, and just about that never give up attitude.
That's it, man.
Right? Never settle, always push. You know what it is. Can we remember that, man? I always remember that because
it's my life. It's my life. What are we? Who are we?
Yeah.
We're not supposed to be where we're at. We're blessed. We're grateful. All that good stuff. But we know it's all from work, man.
Yeah.
And again, goes back to our Loyola days, that team, and those speeches. To get back to it, Mr. Lauren, Mr. Melissa, Mr. Paletto.
Yeah.
At Ottawa U, I had tons of great coaches. James DeRuin, Justin Soares, Chris Dale, Emil O'Neill. All these guys, my professional coaches. I've worked with tons of professional coaches in Canada, Patrick Ewing Jr., Charles. Like these guys, I got so lucky to be around, and they just motivated me to care about each other and work for your teammate and work for your kids. And they do things the right way, and I've been super fortunate. So these speeches, like I've been doing these speeches since I was in grade 9. Yelling at AP to get in the gym, yelling at Roe.
Exactly.
Like, we push each other because we care, and it bleeds into the culture, and that's all we're really about, man. And so those speeches, it's me speaking because I'm a loud and confident person, but they come from us.
Exactly.
Right? So I'm speaking for us, and it's easy to do. And everything I say, I mean it from the bottom of my heart because of the people I'm with, right?
Exactly.
And that's what we're inspiring in our kids. We have 2 rules at YASO, and it's on every gym wall. It's on everything we talk about. It's play hard, play together. I don't care. You miss whatever shot you want. You do whatever you want to do. You play hard and you play together. And if you do either of those things incorrectly, get the fuck out.
Right.
I've kicked out kids for not making an extra pass and then getting pissed off about it.
Right.
It's about this. It's us.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite quote is sometimes you, sometimes me, always we.
Hey.
That to me is a bar.
That is so truthful, and it's so important. That's why I feel the benefit for children and kids to play in sports is to learn how to be and construct in a team environment.
That's it, man.
Because that's how you're going to go on wherever you go. If you don't go forward with sports, if you're in whatever job or career you so want to choose, you have to be on some sort of team.
That's it.
And make it, right?
It's not ping pong, man. It's a team sport.
Exactly, right? So that's a powerful quote, and I know those little tidbits stick with kids because as we know, personal experiences that we've shared or been involved with.
For sure.
We carry it on to where we are right now. So
that's it, man.
It's amazing.
Winners win. Winners win, man, and it's about something bigger than yourself, right?
Yeah.
And if you have that mentality and you know how to work hard, you're going to be successed in any facet of life, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What was kind of the void you wanted YASO?
That's okay.
What do you?
Shout out to
YASO. I've seen them in a while. Oh boy. What type of void do you think YASO is filling in basketball, the basketball circuit in Oakville, but also in the sports?
That's a great question. And we have another rule over here. We don't like to shit on other programs. They're doing great things, but I think that the void is that there's not really a program that takes you from, let's say we have a house league that starts at 6 years old, and our idea is that we have a couple kids that are slowly getting there, right? Year 4, kind of. It's that we got from 6 years old to university, and kind of and a lot of people, just lucky through my agency, through my university career and all that stuff, I can help, if you work and do all the right steps, I can guide you from when you're 6 to when you're 18 and you need to make a college choice. I can guide you from which college to go to. Should you transfer? What should you do to get playing time? How do you impress a coach? I've done a 6-year-old basketball player. I've done elementary basketball. I've done high school. I did university. I did pro. I did coach. I did pro coach. I did agent. I've been very lucky that I've gotten to do all those things.
Yeah.
So our void is that we want to teach these kids how to get from here at 6 years old to earning a scholarship, or being 6 years old, falling in love with the game, or being a grade 10 that comes over to us and they're like, I don't have any confidence. I'm done with basketball. We're the island of the misfits, baby. We make all these kids believe in themselves. Yeah. And again, I can show them, you remember me.
Yeah.
I could show them pictures of me when I was 5'3", 110 pounds, and everyone's like, why are you in the gym at 6 a.m.? Because I can believe. Exactly. And I'm going to find a way to do it. And that's our void, is that we're a business. We want to make some money for the boys and do all that good stuff. But we're making these kids believe. And these kids are, every single one that's come to my program, or our program, excuse me, that was disgusting. Everyone that's come to our program leaves a better person and a better player. And that's our goal. That's our motto. Play hard, play together, winners win. That's what we do.
Yeah. So if you're sitting in front of a parent and they're wrestling to decide, hey, I don't know if I should bring our child into the program, or are they comparing to another basketball program, either in the Halter region or vice versa? What's the one thing you would say, or maybe a couple, you would say a kid would benefit on and off the court?
That's a great question, man. You know what? Honestly, I love to. What I do is I like to bring other parents and other kids into the equation. Like I think that word of mouth, and I'm born to do sales, right? So are you. Like I could just talk my ass off and say, hey, you should do this. I like to let my work speak for itself a little bit. But if I can't cheat and use someone else to show that, I think what I would tell them is that, look, every coach is going to say the same thing. But again, no coach has come from this city, gone to here, done this. All of us, everyone on our staff, right? All Oakville guys, all guys that play in Oakville, gone to these levels. And again, it has to go back to your resume, and not my playing or coaching resume. Look what we've done for these kids. Right. They're now captains on their teams. They're leaders. They're people that people want to be around. They're leaders in society. I guess society, whatever. In their schools, all that crap. Like they're society. I think the difference between us and other programs is we give a damn. And some of these programs, and I won't name any of them, they got a ton of teams, and that's credit to them. They did all the steps and all the things right. But you lose your quality, and we cap it off at a certain point. And you know what? God bless. We're headed towards that direction, I hope. But we're gonna have to find solutions to make sure that our teams are all treated the same. We did video with our kids. We did lunches with our kids. We did end of year banquet, middle of year banquet. We drive kids around. We give them lunches. We do things that other programs don't do because we have the people, we have the quality, and we have the attention right now. But when we get bigger, I'm going off on a tangent here like I always do. But we have to find a way to keep it that way. And the parent, you need to hear this. Right now, we don't have that because we are locked in on what we got.
Right. And right now, the teams and age groups range from?
Our rep teams are grade 8, 9, and 10, and our house league is 6-year-old to about 12, 14-year-old. So
that's
in that
perfect.
Area, and everything. Like again, going back to that question, is like we have teams that are a little bit weaker and teams that are a little bit stronger, and we don't let you stay on one team for the whole year. So our idea this summer is, say if you're on. Whatever. We don't call them ABC. We call them, black, gold, white. Just there's 3 separate teams. Say if you're on this team and you're kicking butt and you're working hard, you might move up that summer. If you're on that team and you got a bad attitude and you're not passing the ball and you're being a dick, you go down to level, right? What we do is we want to have a system where you're rewarded and you're punished for being a good person and a good player. And everything is designed by all of our. We sit down in the we call it the war room, and we're names on a whiteboard. This player needs to be here. Why? Oh, he needs more ball screen reps. This guy needs to shoot more. This guy needs more confidence. Put him down to this level in a less league maybe, so that he can grind and get to there. Right? Not every apple's an apple. Like you got to get these guys in different places. Right? So
absolutely.
And that's where we're different, right?
Yeah. It helps that you're always trying to put these kids in situations that they're going to succeed one way or the other, right? And it's hard sometimes for a parent to hear, hey, like they maybe went down a level or a team, but in the long run, you're looking out for their best interest, and you're applying and you're sharing with them the information of why that happened.
Yes.
And where you feel they could benefit from these situations and grow so they come back even stronger, right?
It's like you do this or something, man. No, and that's a great point. We don't just spring it on them in the middle of this. I talk to these. I told you before this. My phone is 70 parent calls a day, and I love it. I think building the relationships is the key to coaching. All the great programs are like that. Mr. Lauren knew everybody's parents, right? Like it started from that. And I call these parents before the season starts, and I let them know. I said, hey, if you want me to be honest with your kid, I can do it, and it'll help them out. If you want me to be honest with you, I can do it. We can help, and they all say yes. Everyone thinks that they want that, right?
Yeah.
And then what but I said, hey, remember we had this talk.
Remember when?
And look, this is my plan. I have him here. I want him to get to here. Here's what we have to do. If he doesn't do these, we might have to try a different route.
Right.
And it might be the hard thing to do.
Yeah.
But again, basketball is a marathon, not a race.
Yeah.
And I'm living proof of it. I mean, I didn't get to the NBA or anything like that, but I played professional basketball. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I got cut from teams. I got benched on teams. I got suspended from teams. All these things. But it's this for success, not this.
Exactly.
And that's what we do.
Exactly. So. And you're allowing and you're applying those experiences, sharing with these boys.
Yep.
So they don't have to make some mistakes that you made.
Yeah.
So
That's
yes.
Yeah. Like.
So that's awesome. That's awesome.
We won't talk about some of those mistakes, but here we are.
But that's awesome, and I think that's what every parent wants to hear.
Yeah.
Whether or not they could take it at the time, but they'll appreciate that because you're actually taking the time to think. First about the child, and then the team second. But
absolutely,
what's best for the children is best for the team, right?
Exactly.
Which is best for the organization.
Yeah, and then as a director, the difference between a good one and a good program director is that I think one of my biggest strengths is that I'm not scared to have those conversations. You know that.
Yeah.
I'll go into a phone call being like, hey, Bob needs to do this, and this is what we're gonna do about it. I'm not. Trust me, he's getting better. I'm not. I don't. Exactly. Yeah. I teeter the line on too aggressive sometimes.
Yeah.
But it comes from a good place, and they know I care about their kid, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm telling them the truth all the time, and we don't promise stuff. It's hard. Some of these parents, the calls are a 5-minute booking, and it goes an hour.
I bet.
And we're at the end, I've had conversations where I'm yelling with parents on the phone, and at the end, we're going for coffee together, and now we're brothers, and we're buying beers for each other.
Exactly.
And it's because it comes from a good place.
Exactly. Just like our friendship circle.
Yep.
We're never afraid to tell each other how we felt.
No.
And it came from a place of love and consideration and being compassionate.
Yep.
So it's just about applying that as well, right? And,
absolutely.
And I'm sure that the parents truly appreciate it, whether they want to accept it at the moment. But like you said, it's just you talk about it, you communicate, and I know that they appreciate your guys' time if you got communication. And that's why.
Man, I need to get you on my Instagram saying all this stuff about us. You're better at talking about us than I am, man. I appreciate you.
I've been observing, and it's special, and it gets you like amped. You almost want to be like, I
want to get in the gym with these guys, man.
Go back in here, right? And that's what sports is all about. I feel at the end of the day, it's about getting your players. In this case, you're getting the boys and the group. Motivated to move mountains, be bigger than they can.
Exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm. What is one thing though that one of those discussions that you have with the parents at the beginning of the season or at tryouts? What's your expectation from the group? Like in terms of what do you expect a player to come with?
Play hard and play together.
Okay.
And that means how you are as a person. Like for an example. We have a huge rule on being on time. So, like, if you don't come on time, and on time means 10 minutes early, right? If you're not there 10 minutes early, ready to go with your practice jersey on, like, you're out, or we're running, or all that stuff. And I don't like to be Coach Carr, but those things to me, you're not going to succeed in life, right? You're just not. Like, I'd always tell, so here's a good story. So, one parent was getting mad about playing time. But the kid's always coming late. He misses practices. And then when he comes to practice, he doesn't have a good attitude and he's not doing good.
Yeah.
And this is where I teeter the line, but they respect it after. And they're like, well, why isn't he playing? You're not giving him a chance. And I go, well, what lesson am I teaching him? I'm like, here's a good example. You two have great jobs, right? And, people, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if you did that at your work, would you have a great job? They're like, no. And I'm like, well, this is what I'm working with. And look, I'm not trying to bench your kid. I don't care I got my trophy case. I'm not trying to win MPH titles. Like, it's fun. Winning is good for the kids. I don't personally give a crap. I got my trophies. I'm good. I want them to win. So when these kids are like, you're benching me because you don't like me. No, I'm benching you because you don't like you. You don't respect yourself. You don't respect your teammates. What if I just keep giving you this? You're never gonna learn.
Exactly. No, absolutely. And I know exactly where you're coming from with that, because when we coached way back when with Deirdre and Sean, that was a constant worry from sometimes when we get complaints with parents of why you're not getting playing time. But when you do the evaluation and you, like you guys said, you guys your war room, and you have the notes ready to go, and you explain to them why it's happening versus just doing it, then they understand, okay, listen, if I can't make it on practice in time, if I'm coming late before warm-ups, or if you give a direction of getting the team ready before games, and they're not doing it, they're showing the team that they don't care. What's the message you're going to share with the other
that's it.
guys on the
that's
team?
it. It's, I'm not just coaching you. You got 10 other impressionable 16, 14, 15, 12-year-olds watching. So if I let you get away with something, they're all going to start getting away with it too. And it's not about me, and I don't care about being cool. And if you watch me coach, it's hilarious. I look like an absolute crazy guy. And it's not because I'm like, I want to be Belichick and win a no, it's like all I care about is the program and these kids getting better. So like when you show me a cool shot that we've worked on, I'm going to jump for joy. I am their biggest fan. But when you do something that's not our program representing, I am nuts. And in the moment, these kids, they're kids, and they're really good kids. They get really upset and really sad, and they get down on themselves for a bit. But then after that game, we talk, and then the next game, they don't do it anymore.
Exactly.
They get better. They get better. And some kids, it takes longer than others. But you know me, I'm not a quitter. I am annoyingly persistent. Some kids, it took 20 games and 100 practices. Some kids, it takes one practice. It just depends on who you are. And that's kind of the difference in my coaching. And I'm trying to get that to my other coaches. They're better than me at 10,000 things. But I want them to have that level of like, no, you got to be crazy to make someone perfect.
Exactly.
I love Not perfect, but better.
You got to be persistent. You got to stay with it, stay the course, and not give up, right? When it comes with their expectations of showing up and playing for each other, when it comes with other obligations, let's say there's school, there's other sports. How does that factor in the role of playing rep sports?
Oh, you know what? That's a place where we need to get better. I don't have those set rules yet. I trust the parents, and I don't want to get into the I'm your parent. Like I like to give the life lessons and this stuff, but it's not my kid. Like they're my kids because I love them and I want them to be good and be better people and all that stuff. But that is admittedly something I got to work on. Maybe having like, hey, you have to have this grade point average. But again, like I think as long as you're trying and your parents, I trust them enough that they're keeping you in sports. Like I think that, I know me or you, if we had bad grades, we would have got yanked. And I did a couple times. I'd work my way back up. I let the parents deal with that a little bit. Maybe, I could do a little bit better job of that. But I'm really, really trusting in the parents. And I'm focused on more like, but I will tell you this, we have rules off the court. Like if I see you not hold the door for someone, or if I see you not smile at a nice old lady, you're going to hear from me.
That's amazing.
And it's because I was a little asshole when I was a kid, and I don't want them to be like that. I want them to be better people, and they're also representing this. So if you're wearing my gear, why do I keep saying that? That's disgusting. Our gear, you need to be representing of us. And it's not just me, it's not just this coach, it's your parents, it's your friends, it's this. If you're an asshole, it goes a long way. If you're a great guy, it goes a further way, right? So
absolutely. And then when it comes with that, when it comes with the YASO brand, what's some of the stuff that they can expect joining the team? Like I see Nike.
So We, I'm a big brand guy, and MJ and Kobe, and those are my gods. So I love their everything. We don't know. Don't start. So I like the look good, feel good stuff. I think Nike's the best brand for sports in the world. I think that all of their messages in terms of sports and champions and all that stuff align with my visions. So we try to get them as much nice gear as possible. We care about the media, and and look, I'm not a big media person. I'm not a big dress up nice guy person, but I want these kids to want to wear the gear and want to be part of us and want to show off and show the Instagram and show so that one, it's sales marketing, but two, it's like I want them to be proud, and I want them to wear gear from, I don't know, probably not going to say a place, but like a faraway country that does a crappy job of doing gear. Like that's taking shortcuts. In our brand, we don't take shortcuts. We try to do everything the right way.
Yeah.
Right?
And then with the gear, with the added, motivation and inspiration you're giving these kids, how else do you instill confidence when there's periods of time if sometimes they play bad? Like for you and I can relate to that. It's, sometimes when you have a poor game, you might not be as confident going into the next practice or the next game. And sometimes you guys have tournaments, and that turnover could be the next game, right? You have back-to-back.
Another fabulous question, and I learned this from university basketball, and my dad, who's a huge part of my life in terms of working hard, is that confidence. You either have it or you don't. But if you are going to build it, the only way to do it is to get back in the gym. And so if someone's in a rut and they're saying, pour me, I take them aside and I say, how many shots do you take today? They're like, none. I'm like, so what are you mad about? You're just pretending. Get in the gym, work on your game, take 1,000 shots today, take 500 shots today, and come back and see how your jumper feels. It's going to feel better. But no one wants to do that stuff, so I make them do it in practice.
Exactly, right? But I know you did. I know Peter did.
Oh yeah,
that's you guys over
there. But I just my philosophy on inspiring confidence is that I believe in them. They know that. That's one thing that helps a lot. But just because you're a coach, not because it's me. But I inspire them to go to the gym, and I motivate them, and I call them out. Say, what are you mad about missing that shot? Why is your head down? How many shots did you take this week? None. Well, then what are you mad about? It's like going to a math test and failing algebra and being like, oh, I'm pissed. Why? You didn't even pick up a textbook, guy. What are you mad about? Work harder. Work harder. Work harder. Work harder. That's the only solution for anything I've ever known in terms of sports or business or anything like that. Work harder, shut up, and get in the gym.
That's a good segue into my next question in regards to, if you had just a child, like your child, they're coming into the gym, right? What is one of the qualities you'd want them to come with? Is it talent? Is it hard work? Is it just the ability of wanting to learn? What's the ideal scenario of
all of those?
All of the above. All of the above.
No, but honestly, I always talk to, when I call parents or talk to coaches, the things at tryouts that I look for, you could tell by their eyes, like when something goes right or something goes wrong, or how they're reacting with other kids, or how they're shaking your hand, or are they leading like they have that look in their eyes that they won't be stopped, they won't be denied, they don't care. They're at the island of the misfits. They're ready to learn, and they're ready to get. So talent's great, being a nice person's great, but if you have that thing that I think that me and you have, where you're like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to figure this thing out. And when they fall down, it's corny, but I'm a coach now, so if you fall down, you're getting up. If you get hit, are you getting up? Like, are you, when your friend misses a shot, those are the kids I can hate. The kids that are like, yo, you got this, you're good. Like, that is culture. Those are the kids that I want to be around, and that's the end all be all for me. On I don't care. I'll take 20 kids like that over 20 talented kids, and we'll find a way to win.
Exactly. Especially with the coaching and the level of dedication you guys have, you'll find it, right? What do you think, and what takes a child, let's say starting from a young age, youth type, or whatever you want to call it, in terms of a young age, starting playing basketball to getting to the next level of, let's say, rep ball, AAU, and the circuits, and then high school, and then collegiate, and then pro. What is the one thing or a couple things you feel from your past experiences could take a child from just getting to the gym to those levels?
Well, it's rinse and repeat a little bit, but that work ethic is huge, obviously, working, grinding, figuring it out. But I do think that, every kid's different. So that's why we have different teams. That's why there's other teams. It's like, I'll admit this. Some kid might come to me and we might not work together. We might bump heads. It might take an experience with us for him to go somewhere else. And I'm the whole transfer era and the whole quit on your team and leave era, there's goods and bads. But I think that every kid is different, and our ability to, identify what this person needs. Some horses need hay, some need a whip. You got to figure out which guy or which kid needs this, which kid needs that. And I think long answer short, you have to just find your own way, and it comes from hard work, and it comes from being around the people that make you the best version of yourself.
And then what would you say to say, if because some people always look down on house league for whatever reason. Do you feel, though, when it comes to House League, because I think House League is a great way for development and getting to it where you can still be competitive, right? You still want to win, and you get to take the time to delve in your craft and get yourself ready for down
sure,
the road.
man. You got to start somewhere, right? And and how many times has a crazy parent shoved his kid into rep and he gets destroyed?
Yeah.
And then he's like, I hate basketball.
Exactly.
You don't hate basketball. You just hate jumping into a math test without studying.
Yeah.
So House League is great, and you're right. The I guess the bad rep behind House League is that it's the name.
Yeah.
It's just not rep. So we call ours the Academy League, and we do it a little different.
Nice.
Is that we don't just roll the balls out and let these little guys play. We do hours of skills training. We got coaches, and we got our best coaches in there training these kids who have never picked up a ball. And now it's a challenge for some of us because we've coached at a higher level.
Yeah.
But they're learning from the best, and they're getting better. And then they play games at the end of practice, and then the next year the goal is just like our rep team. It's like your goal is we want you to play on the rep teams next year. We also, long story real quick, we have we got rep teams. We partnered up with the travel team, HQ Elite, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We've got House Academy League, but then there's a level in between Rep and Academy League, and we call it our developmental teams.
Okay.
And now what we do with them is we give them the gear, we give them the practice schedule. They're a Rep team, but what they do is that instead of practicing twice a week, one of their practices is just skills.
Oh, wow.
And we put them in a league where they can just play. Okay. So it's development. They feel what it's like to be on a Rep team. They get that, I'm traveling, I'm part of a Rep team. Yeah. But it's basically just a developmental team that is getting ready to be on a rep team one day. Now, we don't do that with our older kids, but it's with our younger kids.
Yeah.
And credit to Coach Oz, unbelievable coach. He's doing one of those teams right now. Those boys won 4 games in a row in a league where like we thought they were going to go 0-10. Honestly, I'll admit it. I'll say I told the kids this too.
Yeah.
They proved me wrong. Coach Oz proved me wrong. They are buzzing. And like every kid's gotten better. Their parents are loving it. Oz is loving it. The parents are smiling. We're going for dinners together after.
Yeah.
It's what it's all about, man. That's better than having a really good team and not covering the spread in the game. You know what I mean? Like
that's what it's all about. The community aspect towards it too.
Yeah.
Where the parents, the kids, the coaches are all in line and in sync.
Yep.
And you can celebrate both the wins and the losses together.
Right.
And I find the losses actually get you prepped, ready for situations that you overseed in the league you have no real business being in.
100%.
Or proving everybody wrong.
Exactly.
It's kind of that message, right?
We have another funny quote at YASO. It's like, we practice harder when we win. So when you lose, it's easy to practice, right?
Yeah.
Everybody's like pissed off. You want to get better. Well, we're still practice hard. But when we win, I start the practice. I create chaos.
There we go.
We run to start the practice. We're doing competitive drills, cutthroat drills, getting on each other's skins. I calling kids out, calling the leaders out, just getting it uncomfortable because what does winning do? You want a little league game when you're in grade 10. Cool.
Yeah.
Now you're like, my shit doesn't think I'm good. No, no. Job is not done.
Yeah.
Keep going. So all of our coaches know that when we win, I act like we lost by 60, and it really that culture is why I think our development is different than other programs as well.
Yes. And the intangibles of that aspect of teaching, the kids that it's great to win, but it's even better to work harder and win some more. Right?
I'll go for a beer with your parents after, but as soon as that clock gets to 12, we want to win again.
Let's get it.
So, and you don't win again by acting like you won. You win again by acting like you lose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then some of these kids are majority from the town, from Oakville, or there's some outside?
We're starting to get some travelers.
Cool.
We got some Milton kids, some Grimsby kids, some. We actually might get a couple Brantford kids this year, which is awesome. So
really cool.
It's gonna grow. So we got a Mississauga kid, but it's mostly Oakville, and it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I love when the Loyola kids come into the gear. I twinkle a little.
I brought my. I didn't bring my sweater here. I have my sweater in my
car. The blue one.
I was gonna wear it actually.
Shout out.
And it's special because I feel like that's where it kind of came from too, right? And fortunate enough, on the team those years, you started getting other players from other schools.
Yeah, we did too.
Transferring right to the
shout out
to
Shelby, shout out Martin.
Yeah, right, and Troy too, right?
Yep.
So that's that special aspect towards it.
Everybody wants to be part of a good culture. Right?
Yeah. And this is about doing what you guys are doing.
Yep.
And people see it, right?
For sure.
I'm witnessing it, which is special.
Appreciate you.
So where you are today, where you started 3, 5.
Me 1 year ago, the program 3 years ago.
3 years ago, right? where do you see yourselves now in the next 3 to 5 years?
It's a great question. I think what I see is like, again, this is probably the hardest part is getting like, well, we just did one of the hardest parts. I think the next part's the hardest part. I talked about it earlier. We don't want to be one of those, puppy litter programs where we have 100 teams and we're just, you guys figure it out.
Yeah.
I gotta find more people like Oz, Peter, and Connor, Dre, Manny, Kia. Shout out to Kia. She's one of our owners as well.
Yeah.
I haven't mentioned her yet, but she's our MVP. People like that, because you need people. You need good people. But long story short, that's what I need to do. So in 5 years, I'm hoping that I can either help with my staff develop new young coaches or find other people like us who want to grow this thing, because I'm not going to just throw it a parent coach or a volunteer coach and say, here you go, guys. I'm making my money.
Yeah.
The reason why we're catching up and the reason why we're the fastest growing program in Halton and the GTA, in my opinion, is because we are hiring the right people and doing the right things. Exactly. We can't change that. So better gyms, maybe our own gym. Can't talk about that, but maybe. Bigger brand sponsors, be on bigger circuits, and just all that good stuff that comes with winning in terms of being good, not on basketball, but as people and developing and all that stuff. But in 5 years, man, I want to have our own gym. I want to have a bunch of teams. I want to have a bunch of good coaches. I want to do things the right way, like we are right now, and I want to stay humble and keep going in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly. Keep this momentum going.
Yep.
Grow, build.
Yep.
I think you guys are on a familiar.
Yep.
Incredible start.
Maybe YASO Ottawa too. That's a little secret that I'll give right now. So I got great connections over there, and I know great people over there. That's been in the works.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a team in Ottawa and kind of build in different parts of the province too. So
building it, wow, province wide.
That's a little secret there. I won't tell the rest of it because then the competitors might snatch it up. But.
A Kofi on Kofi exclusive. We already know.
There you go, baby.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But when it comes with you personally now,
I
was in the midst of kind of what drove you back then, right? Playing basketball at a high competitive level.
Yeah.
You've done that. You've accomplished that. What's next on your agenda? What do you want your legacy now to be? As there's been such an imprint on basketball in Oakville particularly, and in other areas as well, but Oakville particularly, you and the team were special to this day, right?
Yeah,
so what's your impact? What's your legacy? What you want to be remembered going forward?
I think, I got a guy, Ro Russell, who was my AAU coach for grassroots, and his legacy, some people might say some things about him, but I got a lot of great things to say about him. I think what I want these kids to come back. And what I mean by that is that once they go to, that too, but once they go to, let's say they get a Division I scholarship or a U Sports scholarship, or they go play pro or whatever, they come back and coach one day. And I think the legacy of that is just having that culture, right? And I want these kids to be like, I want to be part of this forever. I want to come back to practice in the summer. I want to train these kids so that they can do what I did, right? That's kind of my legacy, as you want to call it. It's a cool word, but I want to be a great coach. I think I'm on my way to being that. I want to be a great program director. I think I'm working on that. But I want these kids to want this to be home, and I want them to thank our coaches and thank our parents and thank our community and come back home one day. Whether that's coaching or, if they work for a company like a real estate, they want to sponsor some kids, or they want to, help us build a gym. The Stephen Kofi Kufo basketball gym, like something, like.
I would love that. And then it's funny you say that, because that's what drives me. It's about giving back.
Yes.
Because I was fortunate enough, I played multiple sports, and through my time, people gave back to me to help me get to where I was.
For sure, man.
And I a testament to say, because we're in a situation where we were good kids, respectful, and people saw that and grew a liking to one another, right? And that would be something that'd be awesome, right? And that's something to build upon, and stamp the roots to our town, right?
Absolutely, man. I want all of our kids to be like, that's the program that I belong to, and I'm like, oh, that kid's averaging 15 points per game, rookie at Ottawa U. Where'd he come from? It's like, YASO. You know what I mean? Like I love that. So that gets me hyped. That's what I want to be. I want to look in the mirror one day and be like, I help these kids get there, and they're coming back home, and they give us the credit for helping them, and they're going to do the same thing when they're done.
Downward. It goes a full circle, right? That's amazing. And that's impressive, and that's something that inspires you every single day to get up to do all these different hats that you're holding with the organization, right? General manager, coach, confidant. It's amazing,
Yep.
and it doesn't take too much. Not enough, I should say, attention to the work that you and the staff do.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah,
and it's special.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And the other two girls I work with would love to hear that sentence too. So
tell them.
They'll hear it.
Yes.
Appreciate you, man.
I gotta come check out. Let me know your schedule. I want to come check out a game or whatnot.
We pretty much every day of the week. We're a 24/7 basketball academy. So you're free. You live in Oakville.
Yeah.
Come check us out, man.
Check it out, man.
Yeah.
Any last words you want to tell the viewers, the town?
I'm gonna end with what I started with. Check out my boy. You need anything to do with housing. This guy right here, I know where he came from. I know his ethic. I know his ethics. I know his morale. All everything he stands for, man. I co-sign this. He's a hell of a dude. I know his story. You should have seen this little guy play football. He was a tank, and it all comes from the heart. And everything that we talked about today, culture, values. He's a friend of mine for life, and is a good dude right here. So I really appreciate you, brother.
Man,
God bless you, man.
I appreciate you. Appreciate the time. And
Yep.
I'm happy we got a chance to sit down and catch up on camera and,
yes, sir.
and share about what
Appreciate you, brother.
was.
Appreciate you, brother.
Coming up, man.
Thanks for the time, man.
Man.
Thank you.